In the 13th century, not far from Paris, a giant gallows of the Montfaucon was built, which has not survived to this day. The Montfaucon was divided into cells by vertical pillars and horizontal beams, and could serve as a place of execution for 50 people at a time. German civilians forced to walk past Holocaust victims, 1945. The shadows of Hiroshima are an effect resulting from the effects of light radiation from a nuclear explosion. They are silhouettes on a burned-out background in places where a human or animal body, or any other object, has interfered with the radiation. The effect is named after the Japanese city of Hiroshima, where such formations first appeared on August 6, 1945. Tooth extraction pliers, 1860s. The screw was screwed into the diseased tooth to make it easier to grasp and pull it out along with the root, and that was without any painkillers. November 22, 1963, assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Kennedy was fatally shot with a rifle as he and his wife Jacqueline rode in a presidential motorcade down Elm Street. Beethoven's teacher considered him a completely untalented student. The great composer never mastered such a mathematical act as multiplication until the end of his life. Doctors bowed their heads to 11-year-old Liang Yaohui, who died of brain cancer. When he learned of the disease, he volunteered to donate his organs to several people, thereby saving their lives. Shortly before his death, he told his mother, "There are so many beautiful people in the world doing good every day. I want to be one of them." Many of the Hindus in Durban, South Africa, who practiced hot coal walking, wore such sandals, and one could tell a devout person by them. The nail-studded sandals also made the feet rougher, and it was easier to walk over hot coals that gave off such heat that onlookers had to cover their faces. The famous Danish physicist Niels Bohr was a soccer fan and was a goalkeeper for the Academist Club. His brother Harold was also a doctor of science. He specialized in mathematics and played in the same club, but was also involved in the Danish national team. Harold Bohr was so popular with the public that his thesis defense was attended by more soccer fans than mathematicians. Strange as it may seem, but the appearance of biathlon was promoted by the military. For the first time, in 1767, border guards on the Swedish-Norwegian border arranged competitions remotely resembling biathlon. Participants descending a moderately steep slope had to hit a specific target at a distance of 40-50 paces with a rifle. As you know, a horseshoe was nailed over the door of the great Niels Bohr's laboratory. A journalist asked him, "How is that possible? You're a physicist, an educated man. Do you really believe that a horseshoe brings happiness?" "No," shook his head Bohr, "of course I do not. But a horseshoe brings happiness regardless of whether I believe it or not." Niels Bohr, in his private study, 1935, a Victorian device for trying on shoes. The salesman can only see the ankle. He can't look under the skirt and meet the lady's eyes. Unemployed men at Al Capone's Depression-era soup kitchen in Chicago, USA, 1931.